Welcome to Picnic of the Century. Picnic of the Century is a podcast designed to share encouraging messages that will motivate people. In Picnic of the Century, Claude, my co-host, and I sit down over a virtual picnic to share and discuss stories of faith, resiliency, challenges, determination, and success. Claude is from the Boomer generation, and I am from Generation Z. And you know, when those two generations come together, it makes for a wonderful conversation. Today, we'll be talking about fear. We've all experienced fear in our lives, whether that be a dream career that we never followed up on, or a business idea never pursued. We've all had opportunities that we did not capitalize on. Today, we will speak with Claude on his life journey dealing with fear, what it has taught him, and the things that he would do differently. But before we dive in today, we want to express our deepest gratitude for all of you tuning in. Whether you're listening during a commute or on a break, we truly appreciate you sharing this moment with us. Now let's begin our conversation on fear with Claude.
Okay.
Hi, my friend.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
Good to see you. Good to see you, James. Good to see you.
Yeah, really good to see you too. I always enjoy spending time with you. So today we'll be talking about fear. We've all suffered from fear, and you've missed some opportunities in life because of fear.
Yes.
Can you tell us why?
Well, one of the reasons why I think that there was fear is because I think, first of all, I think my parents were not, they were not people that really were daring, and they didn't want to take any risk. My dad, especially, I think he didn't want to take any risk. And even I think that if your parents are willing to do a lot of stuff and they have a lot of drive, that you kind of inherited that. You kind of get that. And to me, it wasn't the thing that was that I was given. And anyway, but I think to me, I had the dream. I really think I did. Yeah. And when I got into my teens, I wanted to do stuff. I really did want to do a lot of things.
So you feel like mom and dad didn't have a drive, but was there other family members that you could look up to who had a drive, and you could say something like, hey, they're doing well, or they're pursuing that goal, they're pursuing that dream.
Yes.
Let me do that. Let me kind of follow in those steps. Did you have a role model in your family like that?
Well, I think I had some family members that did well.
Yeah.
I even had some uncles that did pretty well in business.
Yeah.
But one time I started this landscaping business, and really had a good vision and did very well. I did well by myself. Yeah. And then I decided to bring a family member. Yeah. And for some reason that didn't work, because this family member wanted a little bit different things, and thinking that, this won't work. So anyway, that sort of then I gave up on that dream.
Why'd you let it go? Why'd you allow that family member to take your dream and run with it?
Well, I think that the reason why, because I guess I wasn't really the person that would make a problem out of it, or really. I just thought, I just walked away. Yeah. And at the same time, I think in those days too, I had other things going on, and I was raising kids too, raising a family. And I thought maybe that, I'm going to concentrate on my children. And I didn't pursue. But, sometimes when I think about it, I think I could have probably done very well. Yeah. I think I could have done very well.
Yeah, like if you stuck with it, if you really fought with it, it was a little bit aggressive, not in the way, that's more or less disrespectful or anything, but more or less taking ownership of the dream that you had.
Yes.
It's a possibility. Today, that business would have been very successful.
Yeah, I think so. And to me, I find that I had a lot of great great ideas, and I had to drive, but the lack of confidence too, right?
Yeah.
The lack of confidence, and the you're thinking, oh, this is not going to work, like that, eh?
So on that subject, before we shut this podcast, even during the week of preparation, I found two verses directly dealing with fear and somewhat confidence. So Isaiah 41:10, it says, "Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God." So this verse is like a direct call to courage, grounded in the promise of God's presence. Another verse is 2 Timothy 1:7. "For God gave us a spirit not of fear, but of power and love and self-control." And this is like a reminder that fear isn't our natural state when we're aligned with God's spirit. And so my question is, what if you had memorized these verses in those times? Do you think that when fear appeared, that those verses would bring back confidence or would give you confidence to continue going? What do you think?
Well, like in those days when, like you're telling me those verses with fear and that, and in those days, I wasn't really that strong in this, in this talks, and I wasn't that strong in faith, which I should have been. But I mean, as far as I'm concerned now, I think that you read this to me, I do understand it more now. That I do think that, I don't have the fear that I used to have.
Now you're a very confident person.
I am more, eh? More,
you've been talking to me about all these business ideas, a motel or starting this company, this water company and stuff.
Bed and breakfast.
Yes. So it took you 77 years. Why did it take you so long?
I don't know. I guess maybe because at the time my brain wasn't developed yet.
You still haven't developed, eh? Some people take 77 years. Hey.
Oh, yeah. You know what? But it seemed like, to me, it's like the energy is more there. It's more, it's funny that I think I had the energy in those days. But I always think, like, even the young people, like, you've got all this energy, you just use it. And, like, even sometimes if you have a good idea, just go with it or try it out, or because sometimes you'll miss the opportunity. You will miss the opportunity.
So that's a good point that you bring up. So why do you think so many great ideas never leave someone's mind? For example, they have the idea, but they never physically pursue it. Why do you think that is?
I think it's like sometimes some people too. I think sometimes it's the financial. Sometimes somebody has worked hard and they have saved their money. And let's say they went up north and they made good money. And then now they're thinking, okay, maybe I could do something with that. But it's sometimes if you have an idea and you really feel good about it, I think you should go with it. And like sometimes you can find someone that you can trust and to be with, and sometimes it doesn't always have to be a family member. It could be a good friend that you can pursue some a really good adventure that you can really, it's hard, but it's just the confident and there's people that have done very well, and
because they took a chance. So do you think, even like in your example, like you said, somebody may go up north and they make lots of money and they come back, they have this money, but they're holding on to it. And they don't want to invest it. So do you think that's fair as well, stopping them from investing it? Or what do you think is stopping them from?
Well, to me, I find that sometimes if you don't spend your money, somebody else will spend it.
So either way, it's better for you to take your chance.
Kids. Your kids will spend it. But I mean, as far as I'm concerned, you know what? To me, when I think about the way I could have done. I think I could have done a lot better.
Yeah.
And what I concentrated on, I think it was more like I was more concerned about people and people around me and helping people. Even like as in I'm caretaker. I was always concerned about somebody that was going to be fine, going to be okay.
Yeah.
If somebody said to me, I wish I could find a job. Well, right away I was thinking, well, you know what? They're hiring at my place. Come and work. Come and or help somebody out.
Help somebody out. Yeah. Well, that's a very good virtue too.
Yeah.
So I have another question. What do you think causes that shift from being excited and confident about an idea to suddenly second guessing everything?
Yeah. Well, I think that if you feel like if you have a good feeling about an idea, and you really believe that it's going to work, in your heart and your mind, you should pursue that.
Yeah.
And to me, that's what I'm trying at my age too. I'm trying to get rid of that thought.
That thought,
I can't do that. I'm trying to. I want to forget about that idea where, I can't do that. I really believe now, even at my age, I can do that. I can do that.
Yeah.
I can. I just. To me, even this podcast, I love this.
Yeah.
And I want to do. I want to be out there. And I especially want. I'm looking at the young people, and I believe in them.
Yeah, there's definitely not much people your age taking chances like this, right?
Yeah.
So this started just as an idea, and then we built it from scratch to, putting it together to planning it, giving it a name, talking about how the conversation should go and everything. And that takes a huge amount of work.
Yes.
Like it didn't happen overnight.
Yeah.
But that's just a testament to you coming from someone that was, a little bit fearful, not willing to take chances in your early days, to now being someone just, capitalizing on these opportunities and just, taking advantage of it.
Yeah.
So, it doesn't matter what age you are.
Yeah.
You could be 17, you could be 77.
Yeah.
Take the risk.
And
Let's get it.
And I want to inspire my children too. And,
yes.
And that's who I want to inspire. And I want them to, to look good. And when your children do good, you're so proud, you feel good. And I don't think to me, that's why, in a way, that's what changed me too, because my parents were not like that, especially my dad.
So do you think your dad, because you did say something in the beginning of the podcast where you were like, kids kind of mimic what their parents do. So if your parents show that they're driven, they have goals, most likely the kid is going to pick up on that and they're going to do the same thing. And so do you think that your dad just didn't pick that up from your grandpa and your grandma? Because you did say they were driven people as well. Or do you think it's just some fear that your dad also had that he didn't overcome?
Yeah, I know. Like I found that he, I don't know what it was, that he was lacking so much confidence and the drive even, like he was a working man, hard worker, good provider. Yeah. I got to say that about him. I don't want to put him under the bus. Yeah. But I think that but he was just like not the motivated person, and I think that kind of hurt to me. It was not hurtful. It was more like it slows you down, eh? Yeah, it slows you down as a young person, young teenager, young adult.
Young adult, yeah.
Yeah, and I want to see to me, I want to sort of see that in young people where, believe and just,
just try it out. Yeah. I guess the only time, and I think a lot of people don't take chances because they automatically think they're going to fail. But I think the only time you really know if you're going to fail at something is if you've tried it and it just didn't work.
Yeah.
There's also like potential upside in whatever you try. You know, it could be good or it could be bad.
Yeah.
You just got to try it.
Yeah, even a young couple that gets married, like you can always think that is actually a company when you think about it.
Yeah, and a risk too.
And there's young couples that they do very well in business, and you start off, you get married, and you can really be successful in that too.
Yeah,
and then to me, I guess I could have been probably that too. Because, and for some reason, it's just like if you have to, your partner has to be, good with you. Like, let's say if your wife is good with money, then she should be handling the money.
Yeah.
Like that.
So just knowing who does what, who's better at what.
Yes. And that's how it should be,
Yeah.
And the dream, and have a dream. I both have a dream.
Yeah, people should just be dreaming.
Yeah, dreaming. Yeah.
I remember that verse I talked to you about. I think it was in our first episode. Young men should have vision. Old men should dream dreams.
Yeah.
So, good point though. So many people abandon dreams along the way. So what do you think is the biggest dream killer?
To me, I don't know. The biggest dream killer would be a person that if you're with a person that refuses to dream, I guess, to think, like let's say you have a good idea and that person kind of, no, that's not going to work like that. So that would be like a sort of dream crasher.
Dream crasher, yeah, because I mean, to be honest,
not a dreamer.
Yeah. To be honest, I mean, taking an idea and making it work is very lonely.
Oh yeah.
It's like this idea wasn't lonely because we did it together. But I've listened to so many stories of different entrepreneurs, business people, and them taking an idea and bringing it to life is a lonely path because nobody else believes in them.
Yes.
So I'm just saying, like, you really have to have a great belief. Not only that, I think you should have a good relationship with God because you can't lean on a human. The human being don't believe in it, but God will put that belief in you so you can pursue that dream, And so, sometimes it could be lonely, but have that belief. Still try it out, still take the risk, still do it.
Oh yeah, for sure. And especially, like when you're a young person, you just make it like make your life very interesting and where you're happy with yourself. You're healthy too. You're more healthy.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you live in a situation where there's lots going on, lots of stuff, and you're there. Some people even say like, oh, you know what? I hate this job. Like that. There's a lot of that's hurtful because that's also hard on your health.
Yeah.
You come home and don't come home and unload, oh, these people at work and like leave it at work.
Yeah.
Leave it at work and come home, walk into your place. This is your domain. You're happy there.
Yeah.
This is your happy place.
Yeah.
And like a lot of people, they bring their stuff at home. They bring their problems. Like the boss is this and boss is that. No, that's not good. You just come home and just leave it at. I don't think I took my stuff. That's one thing I don't think I did. I never really took it home and really complained about people at work.
Yeah.
It was just like, okay, it was home. And I was with my children and we had a good time, went to the park that evening, whatever that, and have a good time.
Yeah.
Have a good time at home.
So what do you say to like young couples, who have children, but they still have a dream? And they want to pursue that dream while managing their family aspect and in every other thing they have going on.
Yeah.
What would you say to that young couple, and how would you tell them to kind of tackle that for them to both be successful in that dream, but also manage their family properly.
Well, I think even if you have children at home, you can still dream and you can still have do a lot of things, and you can, to me, when you're dreaming like that too, is you've got your children. Think about them.
Yes.
Think about them, and think about like, okay, if this really works out, the children will benefit.
Yeah.
The children will benefit.
That's true.
And
that's really true.
To me, I think that you can do that. You can raise the kids, do the things that you want to do.
Yeah.
And like later on down the years.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I wish I would have done that. I didn't do that. I did. I think I tried to do everything to really make my kids enjoy life, and did lots of stuff with them.
Yeah.
But I mean, I made my mistakes. But I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I think you can do that. You can think about the children, how they're going to benefit.
How they're going to benefit
later on in life.
Yeah, I often watch other podcasts. And one guy I listen to is Dave Ramsey, and sometimes he just explains his family dynamic and how when he retires, the kids will take over the business, and he's already got his son as the, I think, COO or president of the company or something like that. But he's already thinking of that generation coming into the business, taking it over. So when he's no longer in the business, it's, they just multiply, and maybe their children will inherit it. So that's kind of the possibilities you have when you kind of I guess just take that risk and go for that dream. Your children can benefit from it as well.
For sure. Yes, that's right. And you're always hoping that your children will be inspired by what you're doing.
More importantly, yes. So as we wrap it up, what's the wisdom you're going to leave with the people today?
Well, I think to myself, I really believe in the young people.
Yeah.
I just wish them the best.
Wish them
the best. And I know that there's a lot of good things out there. And, just go follow your dreams and really believe. Don't give up. Don't give up. And even if you think like, oh, I can't do that, you can.
Yeah.
You can do it.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I even think about older people too.
Yeah.
You know what? Get off your chair and do something.
Like I always say, you're a very good example of that, right? Look at you, you're still doing it. You're still dreaming, and that's just a motivator. It's just great to see. I mean, it's just awesome. I just love to see it. You know?
And you know what? I'm going to keep going as long as I can.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. So thank you everybody for joining. And tuning into our third episode here. You can always find us on YouTube, Spotify, Facebook, and Apple Podcasts. And also, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.